So after quite a set of fits and starts on the part of both the House and the Senate and the respective ag committees, we finally have a farm bill, and that's an important piece of legislation not only for the agricultural production sector, but also for the entire value chain in the agricultural sector. Just a few comments about where we've been and where we expect to be on this farm policy agenda so we can get a sense of what it means for agribusiness firms. The current farm bill is now being written in terms of regulations and details, so we're still uncertain as to how it will be actually implemented. But we do at least have some ideas of the broad framework that we're working with. So the first thing is that we farmers have the choice now of two different alternatives to their protecting the farm incomes from the potential of lower prices. One of those alternatives is the ARC program, which basically is a mechanism whereby they can protect their incomes at a level that will be, in many cases, pretty beneficial for their cash flows and farm incomes. The second program is something called the PLC program. The PLC program is a program that provides a little bit less downside risk protection, particularly in terms of the prices that farmers receive, and at the same time, it again does have many features that are going to be attractive, including the possibility of a supplemental insurance program that would be added to the crop insurance program. Now, if you already have a sense that this program is complicated in the vernacular, we haven't seen anything yet, because farmers have the opportunity under this new program to reset their bases that they're going to be using for determining the amount of government payments. They're going to have flexibility in terms of how to allocate those bases to crops that they've grown in terms of, say, corn, beans, and wheat. They are also going to have opportunities to update their yields. And so there's a number of dimensions that really make the program much more complicated than we have had in the past. And that means that farmers are going to spend a lot of time here over the next few months after they've got their crop in the field to figure out which of these program alternatives that they want to be choosing. There is also the potential that this program has implications for crop insurance choices, although the crop insurance choices for decisions have to be made by March 15th, and so they're going to probably have to make some commitments for the 2014 crop in terms of crop insurance before they understand all the details of this program. The program, we maybe should have indicated earlier, is a 5-year commitment, and so once you choose one of the options that are available, you do have to you're committed to it for a 5-year period of time. One of the advantages of crop insurance is that it's an annual choice, and so even though there may be some interconnectivity between these two programs as mechanisms for reducing the risk, at least you can change your crop insurance program for the 2015 crop after you've made the choice for the farm program alternatives, whether you're going to participate in the ARC program or the PLC program. So the point is we've got some complex decisions we have to make, and it's going to be some difficult times in terms of going through the analysis. We are putting together the information that can help producers make those choices, and so as we move into the summer season when many of these alternatives will be much more available in terms of the details, we'll have decision aids and other information that can be used to make the decision. So what's this mean in terms of those that supply farmers inputs and as well as those that buy their products? Well, first it means that we think that there will be a better and a stronger and, if you will, a higher safety net for agriculture than we might have had under previous programs. it looks like 2014 prices are expected to be lower than we had in the past. Incomes are down, expected to be down. USDA has indicated about a 27% decline in net farm income for 2014 compared to 2013. Now, we're still at higher levels than we've been historically, but that's a pretty significant decline. Farm prices are down, corn and bean prices and wheat prices are down. Costs haven't come down as much. Margins are going to be under some pressure. And so farmers are worried about what the financial consequences are going to be of tougher times. And this farm program is going to provide a safety net to keep them from going into an extremely stressful time like we say experienced in the 1980s. And so that's good news for the farm sector. That means that farmers are going to have that safety net, which is going to allow them to make the purchases they need in terms of fertilizer, seed, and chemicals to put in a crop, not only this year but in future years. Doesn't mean the farmers aren't going to be more aggressive in their negotiating for those inputs, but we don't expect to see the financial stress that we saw in the 1980s, or that we maybe were even concerned about even prior to the passage of this farm bill as we go into the out years, 18 and 19, if we were to get a really strong production and yields and higher volumes of corn, bean, and wheat production, and therefore lower prices. So a better safety net for the industry. It also maybe does provide a little buffering on the downside from what some people were concerned about in terms of declining land values and asset values. And so the bottom line is that this is good news story for farmers, and it's also a good news story for those who supply farmers and those that buy from farmers. Agriculture will not be quite as prosperous as it has been in the past, but it's still going to be a very good income with a strong safety net under that income provided by both the farm policy as well as the recently passed farm policy, as well as the crop insurance program. So good news for the agricultural sector. The problem that we will have is the complexity of the program, making those decisions, and so you're going to find farmers spending a lot of time here this summer trying to make those choices.